super glad that you are here. As you can tell from where you are looking at me now, you can see that this is not my house, neither is it my room. Yells. I am in a hangout station. Hangout station. Yes, I am hanging out with Hikod Ushers. Yes, for those of you who do not know, I am one of the ushers with Hikod Ushering Services, a brand, a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful brand. We clocked +1 this month. Yeah, Kimo, who them, get right, yeah, they didn't reach, who them, yo. This is a super, super episode, and I'm really excited because the guest that I have on here, God, we do how so happy. Now, without wasting time, let me introduce this woman. Now, this woman is somebody that I don't think I would have met her if I had not joined Hikod Ushering Services. Yes, because I joined Hikod Ushering Services through one of my friends, and I was privileged to meet this amazing woman. Now, we've been talking on the phone. The first time she saw me, and that she screamed my name, Tope, I knew it is you. I saw your picture. I know people. That's how this woman was talking to me as if she has known me from Adam. So she's that kind of person. She's a lively, lively person. So let me not just go far. Let me allow her to introduce herself to us. Welcome, welcome, welcome,
Thank you,
welcome.
Temitope. Temitope is full of life. So my name is Olúwakémi Oyèdèjì. I'm privileged to be the CEO of Hikod Ushering Services. Hikod Ushering Services started 19th of April 2019. So by the special grace of God, in a couple of days, like in 9th day time, it's going to be 4 years that
Wow.
we have been in this business
Hey.
of waiting on people,
Hey.
standing and making all our guests feel comfortable as the
Hey.
VIPs they are.
Yes. Okay. So for those who do not understand, because I know that some persons will be like, ushering, what is it? Is it not just to stand? So I think a number of people still have that issue. They're just like, is it not just to stand? What are they doing? So can you please explain to us what exactly it entails?
Okay, ushering itself is a profession, so it's not just to stand. I know a lot of people have that kind of misconception. Ushering itself as a profession, as an arm in event industry, is often underestimated. So, aside standing, it is our prerogative, is our priority to make sure that the guest that walks in through that door for that event is well attended to, they get their food on time, they are well seated. Should they make an inquiry about the event premises, they want to go to the restroom, the usherette or the usher on duty should have all the information at hand to be able to assist the guest. Because as far as we're concerned, the guest is the guest. It does He or she may not be privy to the environment, to the information, that he or she could want to ask a question or two about. So the usher or the usherette, and what do I mean by usherette? The usherette is the female usher, but the usher is the male. So the usher or the usherette on duty at that moment should be well briefed, should be well informed of the venue, and should know what exactly the guest's order is, because he or she will be interacting more with the guests, of that occasion.
Okay, all right, thank you so much. So now you understand. When I tell you that I'm an usher or an usherette, as the case may be, please take this explanation. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so Mama, you now we call her Mama. Every one of us call her Mama. She's our Mama. Yes. So, what exactly made you? It did not just come from anywhere. How did you come about birthing Icon?
Wow, it's not a jump question, but it's a very important question that I get often. Because going by my background and my career experience, I wouldn't have thought I would consider mushroom business to venture into.
Okay.
Uh, but nothing is a waste. Good morals are very key. Fine, we are losing it now, but it's a good moral. It's an important virtue, and being empathetic, it's another very, very important virtue. Um, there are some other skills that actually helped me because I didn't know I had this gift resident in me. It was during the course of I've volunteered in so many organizations, so many associations, and I didn't know that I was under the watch of so many. So one of the days when a pastor of mine, I belong to, and it's a denominational fellowship, women fellowship. It's called When Women Pray. And then I was operating at the Ogudu branch. And my pastor had told me to, the resident pastor there, Pastor Teminade Zuruki, had told me when I when I filled the form, I wanted to join the baby shower department. And she instructed me, said, "Ken, what are you doing there?" I'm not saying you shouldn't join baby shower, but go to ushering department. Prior to that time, I had little or no knowledge about what ushering entailed, and but because of submission to authority, which we have often been taught in that fellowship, that organization, I had to obey immediately, and I ran into ushering department. And that was where the journey started. So when I got to ushering department, I met a very stern disciplinarian to the core. That was my head of department. I had to learn under her. Where there wasn't any structure, so to say, I'm not saying this to ridicule the department, but in every organization, there's a way it starts. It doesn't start with a structure. It is along the line that you just see something missing and you want to bring it, and that's how structure starts. So when it started, I realized that we're just being posted everywhere and everything was just wishy-washy. And I'm the kind of person that I just love to be impactful wherever I go to. So I walked up to her. I said, "Ma, I hope you don't mind if you can just allow me to be opening the doors for people. You know what people do as restaurant, as eateries, some people, some gentlemen or ladies will open the door for you and you go in." So I decided to just be that for the women that come in. And she said okay, she agreed to it, and that was it. So I didn't know, little did I know that just that thing I felt I was doing was a therapy for some people. So some people come to fellowship, and they would have been downcast coming, but maybe because as a result of me opening the door for them, smiling at them and making them feel and complimenting their wares and the way they were looking and everything, it lifted their spirit and it just set the tone of the fellowship for them that day. And so it was when I was about leaving, people were talking about, sending their testimonials, talking about just what I felt was ordinary, how it had helped them. That was when I knew that, come, this thing is very powerful. But that was not what really sent the message. So the pastor of the ushering department, she happens to be Mrs. Tokubo Pashuro. She's a pastor, an ordained pastor in women prayer as well. She is a coach and she's a trainer. So she walked up to me. She wanted to launch her first book, which is Finding Your Way to Success. So she walked up to me and she said she would want me to be the coordinator of volunteers for that day to welcome the guests. You know, when she when she threw that request at me, I didn't find it funny. To me, it was disdainful because I just felt it's supposedly a glamorous event. I would want to be welcomed and be waited upon myself, not that I will not be the one welcoming guests and often around that time, ushering wasn't something that was prestigious. Anybody that welcomes you, there's a certain way which people look down on them. So I don't want to experience that for that event. But while all those thoughts were flooding my mind and everything, the Holy Spirit cautioned me instantly. I said, Kemi, don't be proud. Do not allow pride to set in. When I heard that, I had to caution those thoughts, I just had to stop it right there. And I told her, I said, I'm okay, ma. I'll jump at it. It's okay. I'll help you volunteer. I'll help you coordinate the volunteers. And that was it. And the day came November 11th, 2017. And the day came by the special grace of God, we did what we could do because, personally, I just love to work in a collaborative environment. And we did what we had to do. We knew the job by God's grace. And after the event, she saw, I didn't know, little did I know that we were under watch. So after the event, she was all around me and she was just screaming. She was like, Sakemi, you have to take this thing professionally. The world needs you. The world needs to see what you're doing and everything. So in my heart of heart, I was thinking it is the excitement of the success of this program that is intoxicating this woman. I know she will soon forget about all this. And little did I know that she was not going to back off. She made sure she followed through. And that's why we should be praying for helpers of destiny. There are often things that we have, gifts that we have that are residents in us, but we do not have anybody that noticed it, that will enable us. Maybe their push will enable us to fan it out. So in my own case, she was just it. So she happens to be my helper of destiny. Wherever I talk about Hikod, I must mention her because without her, I don't think I would have really discovered this gift. I had it. It was, to me, it was an innate thing. It was born out of culture, being moral, doing this and that. So, and she, after that, she was like, Kemi, don't worry. One of the pictures of this event, I will just give it to my printer. You just go get a name. I said a name, beautiful. I'm not ready for this thing. I shook her to one side and I was like, I just shoved her to one side and come. After a week after, she followed through, I followed through until and the only thing knew what I was going through. My mind was disturbed because I didn't even know where to start from. Name. Every name was not just forming, nothing was flowing, no inspiration. So the reason said I should reach out to my brother, our eldest son, Mr. Femi. So I reached out to him and he said, give me some time, I'll get back to you. And within 24 hours, he just got back to me and said, Kemi, the name is Hikod. I said, what's the meaning of Hikod? When he told me the acronym, when he told me the meaning of the acronym, I was like, no way. Flesh and blood had not revealed this to you. You only have been God. And we took it from there. We had the name, we already have the flyer, and we launched out at my mother-in-law's 70th birthday. That was on April 19th, 2019, and to make 4 years in a couple of days, 9 days time. Yes. So that's it.
Wow. That's like the full story. I've been hearing bits and bits of the story, but this is like the full gist completely. Thank you for sharing with us,
Thank you.
ma. All right, so of course, there will definitely be challenges that you have faced prior to starting and even till now. So, can you share with us some of these challenges that you have faced since you started?
Like, I love the way you went about it. Truly, they are numerous. They are numerous. Um, one of there are very many, so I will just pick them one by one. One of the very many challenges that we face is underestimation. Ushering is just getting its footing in the event industry. In fact, often enough people just feel that it is not necessary. They don't have the need for it. Oh, and little do they know that no matter how much you spend, for any event, put any event together, if there are no people that will welcome your guest in, if there are no people that will attend to the need of your guest, you as the celebrant, you number one, you'll be frustrated. Number two, the kind of testimonials that if they get back to you, the kind of feedback you will get from your guests will not necessarily be pleasant because um I can imagine the troubles of having to get ready for parties. I'm a woman, I know what it entails. You want to do makeup, you know how much makeup entails. Your makeup artist will take nothing. I read the list now is 5,000. You're talking of 10,000. You have already invested on your body. You have sold your clothes at Shrebi and everything. You took whatever cab, whether cab you drove or anything. The inconvenience, you could have used that same time at end to do any other productive thing. But because of the honor you have for the celebrants, you decided to honor that event, and you now come there and somebody will just treat you like a garbage, or maybe because you don't have the particular tag, you don't have this VVIP on your table, you are not well attended to, food doesn't even get to you, and the likes
Mm-hmm.
of it, and you have to even there are some occasions in which I have attended and I had to leave that place hungry unattended to. So
Mm.
you can imagine all those stress, you know. So the underestimation that there is no need for them, is one of the things in which we struggle with whenever we're trying to convince clients to engage our services. Then, the second one is down pricing. Oh my God, you can say it all again. Oh God, when of course there's already a perception that there's no need for them. Do I need them? When I go to Lautech or go out to this one, or go to one side, just go and gather the girls together, put on uniform. What size do you use? I see. What size do you use? I 12. And once you give them uniform, just tell them you stand here, you stand here, you stand here. No, it goes beyond that. It's a profession. It should not be underrated. Give kudos, give credit to people. But that I'm not an engineer does not mean that you should look down to whichever. It's a prestigious profession. So whatsoever if anybody is waiting on you, it is a prestigious profession. Honor it. Honor it. Stand on your stay on your lane and honor the other people that are doing what they're doing in a defined way. So, that's another. So they downprice it. It's bad enough that they are underestimating their worth, and they're now downpricing it. What is it? Is it not just to stand and everything? How will you collect this amount? It is not easy to stand for hours, madam, sir. It is not easy. Temitope is one, is part of what we know what you are talking about. It's not easy to stand. Even in church, they tell you to stand for a Bible reading. If the pastor is beginning to talk too much, you're already slouching. We cannot slouch on duty. We stand. We're at a lot because anything could happen. Your guests could leave their attention. So we're not working just we are working with every part of our body. We are working with our eyes, we are working with our hands, because we are the hands for the celebrant. We are the hands for the celebrants. We are the legs. We bridge the gap between between the celebrants, and the guests. So it is expected that we are alert. We are very deliberate. Everything we do is all with intentionality. So apart from the underestimation and downpricing, another thing we also encounter is the fact that everybody just want to jump at it, whether trained or not, they want to jump at it. And because there is no structure per se as to the price, as to pricing, you see somebody that say, don't worry, is it not to Russia? I can do it for you at 35. I can do it for you. So people are like, so why are you charging 10,000? What is it? What is the difference between? So that kind of a thing does not really speak well. And who will tell them that these people are not professional? Who will? They will say, oh, you are bad marking them because their money is cheaper than your own. So the bad ones, the miscrimes amongst in the profession is really not helping.
Yeah.
Okay, so and good enough. I'm a member of the Association of Professional Ushers in Nigeria. That's APON. And I also belong to an usher orbit. It's a WhatsApp forum where we educate ourselves, we relay our experiences, and the seniors in the field guide us as to what and what we should do. And it has really been very helpful in this profession, I must say. So let me just say those three, and say we can say other things. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I can tell that it's not something that is easy. In fact, handling a group of people is not easy at all. So, how has working your team members? I mean, I'm part of the team, but how has the experience been? The people that you have been privileged to work with?
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, Ibitope. Um, I really want to say that it's been God and God and God and God and God and God and God all the way. I'm a kind of person, I pray. I may not do it every time, but I have a way of communicating with God, and I believe so much that is the senior partner here. I'm only privileged, and when I was introducing myself, I said I'm privileged to be CEO of Hikod Ushering Services. So I'm just the physical image of which we organize and which we coordinate Hikod. The real business is God's. Okay, so having said that, I pray anytime people reach out, they reach out through all our social media platforms and say, oh, man, we want to join, we are interested in joining, we are interested in joining. But believe me, I know it isn't everyone already that is passionate. So I do pray to God that, anybody you are bringing my way, I want them to be passionate, because passion is very key. Everything isn't money. Passion is very key. It is passion that makes you want to go extra mile, because you meet with different kind of guests. You must know how to people manage. If you don't know how to manage people, oh no, you cannot be in this profession. And you also, there are some certain skills that are very needful. As one, because if you want to consider going into this business, number one is listening skills. Your listening skill must be superb, because clients are peculiar. They have different varieties of their needs, and you just have to pay attention to details. So your listening skill is key. Interpersonal skills is key. Communication skill is key, because you can't want to know that you are sounding intellectual if you are actually intellectual. You're very intelligent when you are communicating. It's not that you're just blabbing. So and depending on the kind of clientele you're trying to attract, it is key that you know how to communicate. So that when you're talking, they know that you're on the same page. Um, then aside that, I've already talked about anger management is key. Anger management is key. You're going to be working with various vendors, other vendors. Okay, you have the caterers, you have the photographers, you have the MC, you have all of them that are under the same industry, disposing of, discharging different activities, but for the same goal. Okay, so if you do not, and so there are different personalities. Some people don't really know how to talk, and they don't give a damn. They don't owe anybody any apology. While some people, they are very agreeable. So you have different kind of personality, and everybody will have our threshold. So there's a certain level in which somebody will talk to you and be like, "Oh boy, forget this one or that." So, and some things can actually stir up anger. So you must know how to anger manage as well. So these are the kind of things that you really need, and even negotiating skill, it's key as well. But those are the kind of things that you can borrow, you can help, you can get from an auxiliary person to help you negotiate. Maybe you have the manager that can help you negotiate, and everything. And if you don't have that as a skill, but you can learn it because it's depending on what you have, the vision you have for your business or your brand, you can learn it. There's nothing that cannot be learned. Knowledge is timeless.
Thank you so much. Thank you very, very much. All right. So finally, where do you see ICOD in the next 1 year or even much later in the future?
Okay, something is actually kicking up, and everybody's going to benefit from it because it's first of its kind that never happened before in the history of ushering business in Nigeria. So as it unfolds, definitely you're going to be informed, and it's going to be posted on your site as well. Because I believe it's something that why should history repeat itself? History of errors, history of mistakes repeat itself when you can actually save time to do some other productive things. So I'm putting some things together. Okay, so having said that, I call ushering services for me is something that I see as an entity, a business that will outlive me, that will outlive us. It's sad that we do not have many of such businesses in Nigeria where I am president, you know. And so once the owner dies, everything dies with him or her. No, I don't want that kind of business. Any business that does not have can not outlive you, it automatically makes you a failure. That means there is no succession plan, there's nothing. So I'm praying to God that Hikod Ushering Service is going to outlive my team. We can someday boast of it and tell our children that our children can be board of directors in Hikod Ushering Service. We can say our parents started this. That's my joy. So we see ourselves, we see Icon of Service as an agency that will train hostesses for airlines because I've been privileged to travel and I see the way some hostesses behave. I'm like, oh Jesus, the Lord is God, So and also train front desk administrators, front desk personnel, to be able to train them, to be better equipped for their job descriptions and to be able to execute it properly. So that's one of the futuristic plans that we have. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Auntie Kemi. Thank you very much for coming here. Thank you for speaking with me. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Congratulations
Thank you so much.
on
It's okay.
yes, Auntie Kemi sponsored us to Lekki
Ah!
Conservation to Lekki Conservation Center to celebrate our plus
Yeah.
one anniversary. So that is where we currently are, and we're enjoying ourselves.
Yes.
Thank you so much,
Thank you
Ma.
too.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
It's okay.
All right, guys, thank you so much. If you want to be a part of our team or you have work for us, because we are not limited to location at all, anywhere in Nigeria, we are available, we are on call. So I will put our link to our Instagram and our LinkedIn page on the description box so you can go there and check us out. All right, thank you guys so much. Until the
Thank you.
next episode, bye.
Take care. Thank you.
Auntie, go and cut it. Auntie, come and cut it now.
It started so.
Ah, you start.
No, you can always continue.
Okay.